technology. My name is Mark Johnston and I'm a developer evangelist here in the UK. And we're here today at Microsoft's campus, based just outside of London. And I'm going to introduce one of my colleagues, Mr. Matt Duffin. And Matt here, say hello Matt.
Hey, how's it going?
So Matt and I are going to take a dander in and see what's going on at DDD. So shall we head on in and see what's going on?
Let's go for it. Follow me.
Cool. So what do you do, Matt?
So I'm a developer evangelist intern, so kind of a cut down version of Mark behind the camera.
A mini Mark?
A mini Mark, I suppose you could say.
I do quite like it. So
and I'm giving up my lunch to do this little talk, so I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, I'll see you on the other side of the revolving doors.
So we're now just entering building 3 of Microsoft's UK campus. As you can see, we're pretty vibrant at the moment. We've had an absolutely fantastic turnout for DDD Day 4.
How many people do you think we have here?
I'm estimating about 400 people counting.
400 people, that's pretty fantastic.
Like absolutely amazing turnout. So if we just do a swoop around here, you can see the people just munching away on their lunch. Most of them enjoying the limited British sunshine outside.
It is quite noisy in here, so we're going to have to speak
Absolutely.
out. So as you can see, so what's the Chicago one place we're looking at here?
So Chicago one is one of the main rooms where we hold events at Microsoft UK. So it's got capacity for about 150 people, and the chairs are very comfy.
Okay, that's always good.
So if you'd just like to follow me around, I'll take you to our Big Brother style meeting room where we're going to be holding the interviews today.
Okay, that's cool. This all looks pretty swanky there, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So there's normally flowers on this desk, but
I know.
they're missing today.
Okay.
So this is otherwise known as the Executive Briefing Centre.
So this is where they bring important people then, is it?
Yeah, so unfortunately we've managed to get access to it today, despite not being that important.
Okay. So what are we going to do for the rest of the day? We had this idea, didn't we, that we're going to put people out, we're going to invite people into this sort of special room and interview them. Okay, so
we're really looking to get information from the community because DDD is a completely community-run event. So Microsoft UK are providing the facilities and the food for people, which is absolutely fantastic, by the way. But all the talks are being run by members of the community, so it's a really great way for people to get an unbiased look at Microsoft technologies and tools that are available.
Okay, cool.
So our first catch of the day. This is a developer. We've managed to supply him with loads of coffee. So if you could just give yourself.
There's mention of coffee, but there's actually no coffee.
If you could just give us a brief introduction of yourself.
Yeah, am I supposed to be looking at the camera?
You can do whatever you want to do.
Right.
If you'd rather look at my pretty face or Matt's, then go ahead.
Mine's prettier.
Yeah.
Do you want to rank or there's
just
give it out of 10 score?
Just give us your name and what you do.
Yeah, I'm Philip Steers. I'm a software architect for a company called DryWorks Limited. We do engineering design automation, but I'm also a student at the University of Reading.
So Phil, what attracted you to Developer Day?
A chance to meet with some of the finest people in the industry. There's a lot of good speakers here. There's also a chance to socialise with people in the community. There's quite a few. There's about 400 people there, I think, today.
Yeah, there's loads.
So
that's pretty cool.
It's all good.
So what we want to do is to show that Microsoft's real. Tell us what you like most about what you've seen today in terms of Microsoft technologies, and tell us what you don't like.
Okay. Today, in terms of Microsoft technology, I've looked at an awful lot. I like what stuff they're doing with the enterprise application blocks. I like the fact that they're putting code out there that's making our lives easier. It's not necessarily part of the framework, but it's stuff that we can build on and use. Stuff I don't like, been using Team System for a long time now. It's absolutely fantastic product, but it's obvious it's a version 1 product. So I'm hoping some more stuff happens on that in the next release.
Hopefully the VSTS team might watch some of this.
It'd be nice to see some continuous integration stuff in there. That'd be good.
I haven't, but there you go. This is your opportunity to talk to the VSTS team.
Yeah, cool.
So that's pretty neat. So what do you think? What do you think that is important about? Because obviously we've got Vista and Office and some other products like Exchange coming out. Is that going to make your life better as a software architect, or is it going to cause you pain?
A bit of both. There's a whole raft of new stuff, obviously, and many millions of lines of code, and it's changed all our lives. So stuff like WPF is going to make our lives a lot easier.
Hello there, you're looking quite red. Oh, no, you're changing to yellow now. Could you just introduce yourself and tell us who you are and what you do?
Yeah, my name's Craig Murphy. I spend a lot of time organising, along with a team of other people, the Developer Day in the UK. This is the 4th one that we've had so far. The attendance has grown from 170 through to 350.
No doubt we're going to need bigger rooms next time.
Yeah, bigger rooms.
Yeah, we need bigger rooms. We could do with getting, for some sessions like Ben Lamb's session this morning, writing crap code in C#, we could have done with the room twice the size of Chicago 1. So
People want to come along and watch a session on writing crap code.
they do. I think it was a room full of Visual Basic developers who were just looking for some ammunition.
See, this is what we're talking about now. This is what we want to do. We want to get the meat and the dirt from these kind of events, and people get people facing off against each other. VB guys versus C# people.
And even you guys have come along with some Macintoshes. Microsoft turning up at...
Whoa.
Wait, we'll edit that one out. Okay. So DDD is this community-run event. So you don't work for Microsoft.
I don't. The whole DDD organising team are outside of Microsoft. It's totally external. Granted, there are a handful of MVPs on the team, so the link with Microsoft is there.
It's very strong. Okay, that's cool. So DDD, this is DDD 4. So how long ago did it start?
The first one was back in May 2005.
Wow. So we've been going for what, nearly 2 years. Well,
Nearly,
year and a half, 2 years.
18 months. I got involved back in March 2005. I got given a session list, just asked to comment.
Okay.
The next thing I just blinked and the agenda came out and suddenly the event was there.
Wow.
It just was a roller coaster ride. We don't know what we did right, it just happened.
It is a bit of a phenomenon, and people have been telling us. Hopefully, we're going to get more people on the camera telling us about what they think of DDD and what they think of the technologies they're experiencing today. Could you give us maybe a highlight and a low light of what's happened so far during the day?
Today we've had some really good sessions coming through the books. Just mentioned Ben Lamb's session, writing crap code in C#, total sellout. Some really good slides, some really good demonstrations in that session. Lowlights, we lost an internet connection in one of the rooms. This was the first time we've tried having an internet connection for the sessions, so it hurt us a little bit, but we learned from those mistakes, and we'll get it right for DDD5.
Great. So there's been no official marketing whatsoever, so the word's literally been spread through websites and blogs, and you've reached maximum capacity. And how many days after sign up was announced?
It took 8 days.
Absolutely amazing.
8 days. Do you know that Microsoft spends months and thousands of pounds marketing big events that we organise, and you can do it within 8 days? There must be something about the secret. Is it really because it's really a viral community type thing that people actually think, well, it's my community, I want to come along?
Definitely. I think there's a few good points coming out of the fact that we've got TVP as a location. It's a super venue. The rooms are perfect. So the guys in the community that attend these kind of events think, great, we're going to get all the benefits of going to the Microsoft venue, but we're not going to get the Microsoft speakers turning up and giving us a fairly standard corporate style marketing slide deck. Granted, and I must say the DPEs and TVP are good at amending the corporate slide decks to make it a bit more unique to them. So that's really what attracts people to this community all the way.
Okay, cool.
That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you
Thanks.
very much for your time.
Cheers.
Thank you for the event.
Cheers. We're recording right now, so come on, sit down.
Okay. So welcome to the Executive Briefing Centre.
Okay.
It certainly is. Otherwise known as the diary room. Unfortunately, one of you is going to have to leave at the end of the session.
Or you can sit.
What happened here? Can I have a chair?
Would you like a chair? There's one right next to
We
you.
don't have that many. So here comes our official warning. This is us turning the tables on two guys from the UK who do a lot of these kind of things like podcasts and video interviews. So, who are you and what do you do?
I'm David Mann. I'm one of the co-founders of the Next Generation User Group. That's in the evenings.
And I'm Richard Costello. I'm another one of the co-founders of the Next Generation User Group.
In the evenings.
In the evenings.
In the evening.
And
Just to say, where was that? Sorry, was it in the afternoons?
No, that was in the evenings.
In the evenings, got
Definitely in the evenings, yeah. In the afternoons, and the mornings.
Late morning.
Late morning. I am
You don't check your emails till 10 o'clock.
chief architect, a very posh title. I work for a software house, privately owned software house in central Birmingham called Origin Limited.
Wow.
And I work for a company called First Software. We're based in Warwick. We develop software for financial advisors and intermediaries.
Wow.
So that, and I'm a technical architect there, and also an ASP.NET MVP.
Excellent.
I'm a Connected Systems MVP. Forgot that.
So you're MVPs. What are MVPs?
Most valuable professional. It's basically the way Microsoft recognise people for outstanding contributions. Come on, ham it up.
Well, this face felt sorry for you because you have put a lot of work in.
sorry for me.
Because I wanted to give you something. You got no mates, so yeah.
They gave me an MVP.
And do you have friends now?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think you're making
I think it's a recognition for not just technical knowledge, but also for actually sharing that knowledge and helping the community generally sort of expand the knowledge of products.
So it's something like DDD, a way of sharing that knowledge. Was that why you get involved?
Fantastic event. I mean, I've just been going around sort of filming, so we might turn the cameras on in a minute.
Yeah.
See, that was something we should have. We should have the filming.
But we got the. I've been around filming interviewing some of the delegates just on the floor, and there's a fantastic buzz.
Absolutely.
I mean, just been up the Grok talks.
Yeah,
It was smoking.
So I've just done like Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, I said Benjamin Franklin. Yeah, Benjamin Mitchell even would say.
Just tell us a little bit. What are Grok talks?
So the Grok talks were 10-minute presentations just for somebody to take something away with them. And the idea is they're not overly technical, they're just kind of, here's some information. And I've just completed a 10-minute Vista speech recognition Grok talk.
And how did that go?
It went really well. They were,
Excellent.
as Dave said, actually smoking. They were like, no way! That's just brilliant because you're just showing off some features. Yeah. And I kind of did it in a different way because there's no way I was going to stand and do a live Vista sort of speech thing with a microphone and all the crisps rattling and everything. So I kind of pre-recorded a video where I'm doing the demo, but also made it interactive. So I'd go, hey Rich, and then I'd turn around and go, oh what Rich? And people were like, what is he on? You know, there was a lot of laughter, a lot of applause, and people generally smiling and everything, and as Dave said, smoking, so it's done its job.
Right. Okay. So were Grok talks organised in advance, or can people just show up?
Fairly late on.
I think they tried to organise them fairly early on, but they had a few late entries this morning. I think when Craig was left Scotland, one of the organisers, there was like 4 or 5 on the board. When he got down here, there was like 10.
Excellent.
So there was some real little latecomers.
So you picked them up on the motorway on the way down.
On the way, but I think the idea was one of the key things about a Grok talk is to try and encourage non-recognised speakers to stand up and do something like a first step to go and get on a circuit, if you like. And
like an American Idol or a pop idol for
very
developers.
Very much like that, you know, because it is a big step. It is a big step getting up and standing in front of me. If you just do it 5-10 minutes, and it's such a positive audience. You know, you're not going to get any flack from people here. You know, on the Grok talks, they're there because they want to be. It's Saturday. You know, they're missing the football, but they want to be here. Yeah, so it's an easy audience, and I don't mean that in a nice sense. But they're very positive, and they're sort of almost like, yeah, we want you to succeed, sort of thing. You know, that's what it's about.
Okay, cool. So just one thing to close off, so let you get back to your podcast. So we're going to give you 2 opportunities. Is there anything you want to pimp? Do you want to pimp your site or your community, like your website URL?
Next nxtgenarc.net is the site.
That's how you use it.
So for Americans out there and people that don't understand, NEXTGENUG.net.
Okay, the next generation user group.
Just for future-proof.
Future-proof user group.
And then they can hear from you guys on your podcast, where you're on your travels.
So we meet offline every month in Oxford, Coventry and Birmingham in the Midlands in the UK. And we also started doing podcasts about 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah.
And we're on episode 17 or 18
17
now?
This one will be
DDD. We'll have one from DDD which will be up on the site within a week. And you'll be able to get hopefully some ambience from the podcast.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
So,
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Cheers.
Hello.
Hello.
Could you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Right, I'm Ben Hall. My username on Channel 9 is Ben2004UK, and I'm basically a developer in the UK. I'm currently a student partner with Microsoft.
So tell us, what is a student partner?
What is a student partner? Basically, 20 students from around the UK got invited to promote Microsoft on campus at their respective universities.
Excellent
in the
stuff.
UK.
So what made you decide to come to DDD Day?
It's either develop day or work, and my exam, which I've got Tuesday.
So you're giving up revising on your exam to come to DDD Day, so it must be quite an attraction for you.
Yes, that is how good it is.
Excellent.
Okay, cool. So what kind of technologies, what floats your boat in terms of technologies? What interests you most?
At the moment, it's got to be Ruby on Rails.
Excuse me?
Not
Sorry,
Microsoft
what was
language,
that?
but
You said Ruby on Rails.
What's that?
I don't know, it's this new buzz language which is going around.
Do you like it? So Ruby on Rails. So I don't really know a lot. I don't know a lot about Ruby on Rails. What is it, and why is it quite exciting for you as a developer?
Well, it's something a bit different. It's a distraction from kind of like Microsoft's way of doing things, and it's just something a bit different. It's a web platform, and it's being promoted as kind of like a quick way to get more websites up and running.
Okay, so if you as a web developer obviously have to get websites pushed out quite quickly, so you have to develop it. As a developer, you have to push out as quickly as you can. So a RAD type environment like Rails is going to be the way to do it.
Yeah,
that's cool. So if being a Microsoft student partner, would you like to anyone at Microsoft that do to bring that kind of technology to the Microsoft platform?
Well, funny enough, Ruby on Rails or Ruby being ported to work with the .NET framework.
Wow, so that's the benefit of having language support inside of the framework. That's excellent. So you one day will be able to write in a Rails type way using the .NET framework on Windows, on Windows Server, and be able to produce your websites just as quick.
Yes.
So Ruby on Rails, that sounds quite similar to Blink. Do you have a look at that?
If you Blink is cool, and I do like the work they've done with Blink.
So what is Blink for people that may not know?
Blink is basically Link with Atlas and...
But wait a sec, we need to take a step back. What's Link?
Link? Well, you are the guys who should know, so...
See, but we are pretending to be stupid today.
We're pretending?
No, right, okay. So so Link is this sort of query language, so you can basically write sort of rich queries in managed code, yeah?
Yes.
And then you put on top of that some ASP.NET?
So it basically takes your database, and it understands your underlying database, and uses the ASP grids and data views, and builds a website.
Really? That's
around
simple.
it, and allows you to edit and update your website.
Cool.
So which session are you most looking forward to in the afternoon?
I'm looking forward to the last session, which is on data layers, and whether you should do flexibility or kind of more forced way of doing things.
Great.
So old school versus new school, really.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So if you could sum up DDD Day 4 in a single word, which word would it be?
Exciting.
Excellent.
You said it in such an exciting way as well. Okay, that's cool.
That's great. Thank you very much for your time.
Cheers, Ben.
Hope you enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you. So, hello. Who are you?
I'm Barry Dorrance, for those who haven't already seen me make a fool of myself.
And I'm Sarah Blythe.
Okay, cool. So tell us what you do and why you're here today.
I'm a consultant developer, which means I go out and tell everybody else what to do and don't actually have to do any real work myself. It's absolutely marvellous. And part of that work allows me to speak at these sorts of events because it gets our name out and it sort of proves we know what we're talking about.
Whereas me, on the other hand, I'm a software engineer by day and a girl geek by night, apparently. So.
I'm also an honorary girl geek.
How did that one come
Which is
about?
a little bit strange, but I don't get the baby t-shirts to wear.
Well,
because
I've got a spare.
Well, my stomach's too fat.
Well, we could have got you an extra large. Girls' size.
True, and I would have worn it as well. It's as simple as that. Well, also, we kind of both hang out on Channel 9, taking part in the coffee house and tech off and watching all the videos.
What's your Channel 9 name? So that people can put the text to the face.
See, that's slightly worrying. But I'm Blow Dart.
Why?
You know what? I honestly can't remember. I think years ago, when I was playing MUDs, back when everything was command line driven and I was having to use Deck 20s and Vactors, I think that was the only username I could come up with that wasn't taken. Although I was also Smurf for a time.
Whereas me, I'm an angel online.
Which is a blatant lie.
Well, it's a bit of fun.
Oh,
it was
okay.
my parents that gave me the nickname of the kids, so I kind of used that.
That was before you grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. I know it's a lie.
Okay, you two, so tell us about your experiences of Developer Day so far. How have you found it?
My session was full, and that's scary.
Yeah, but so was mine.
Yeah, but I had a bigger
I
room.
had people waiting to get in.
I had people sitting on the floor. And I
Yeah,
had a
people
bigger
were
room.
rejected
No,
for mine.
I
You
had a bigger room,
so-
and there were still people sitting on the floor, except poor old Mikey T walked out because he says he has to go around everywhere.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
fun. It's
He just couldn't stand your session, could he?
Well, that's true.
What was your session about?
My session was about securing ASP.NET communications and applications. So I
You
actually
came
got.
to join mine, you know. You stayed in mine.
Well, that's because you're prettier than
Yeah.
I am. Obviously.
Obviously not.
Yeah,
It's just more interesting.
Well, all right. Fine. I'm not going down that route again. So,
Damn.
yeah, so I had an easy one this time because it was all slides and no code or demonstrations because it was pretty much a theory talk about how to consider what authentication and authorization processes that you can use and how to secure little bits of the communications between each tier. What did you do?
What did I do? I did blogs, wikis, RSS, girly, techie type of.
And did
blue
it
media
work?
tech. No. Well, the
My session
presentation
worked.
slides
My
the
presentation all
slides
worked.
did, but Microsoft messed up the internet
Well,
connection.
right. So was it Microsoft or was it BT? Because I kept on seeing this BT thing.
I will post the BT thing, but I'm guessing someone didn't pay their internet connection or something.
Yeah,
But it failed anyway in terms of the connectivity. The stuff on the other end was there, so I'm going to go and do a screencast of it.
So despite these technical issues, would you come back and do another DDD next year?
Well, I did one last year, and I've done one this year. So if people want me to do it again next year, then I will.
And I've done all 4. So yeah, I'm kind of addicted to these things. Plus, the polo shirts are really, really natty. So I got a white one from the second one, a really ugly wine purple burgundy one from the third, and we didn't get one at the first. But I like the polo shirt, so that's what I'm here.
So have you any colour requests for next year? What about
Lilac.
that nice pink colour
So
line?
lilac is not going to set my face off nicely. I don't think.
Exactly.
It could be the colour of 2008 though. So
Yeah.
I think you're putting too much thought into this. That's
Aye.
Well,
kind
this
of.
kind of green colour.
Well, that kind of green could work. Yeah.
So-
Cyan and green.
So Sarah, you're obviously pushing to get more recognition for women out in technology. So tell us about this geek dinner thing.
Well, you mean like the girly geek dinner thing?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing for girls to come along to, and some of the guys, if they get an invite by a girl.
Except I get a pass. I get to come without an invite.
No, you
Is that
just get the
frequent flyer,
hassle
is
of
it?
me.
Well,
Therefore, by default, you get to come along.
that's true because
Because
I
then you get
provide.
even more grief when you're there.
That's true. I provide things like the mailing list, the email list serve, and the web server, and do all the labels and all sorts of stuff.
He's my
I'm
my secretary.
Yeah, I'm your bitch.
Yeah, you said it.
Pretty much it.
You admitted it.
So-
But yeah, the events are pretty much to get more of the girls to events like this and make them feel comfortable in an environment where they're not necessarily going to end up being 50-50 male-female.
Because I mean, you go to some of the more male-oriented events, and all the mailing lists this week, there were pictures from which was it? There was a pizza night that somebody held. Was it one of the On Rails groups?
No, that was TechCrunch UK.
Okay, TechCrunch UK's launch had scantily clad women handing out pizza.
And there were about 12 or 13 girls there, and they felt really uncomfortable. Just because of the way it had been marketed. But that wasn't down to TechCrunch, that was down to one of the other small companies that was a startup that was trying to get themselves noticed.
They
So-
did, just not probably in the way they wanted.
Yeah, they probably didn't quite think about their market that they were aiming at, so...
okay. So what do you do at these girls? Do you have people come along and speak?
Yeah, we've had people like Eileen Brown come along and speak, and Catherine Heller, Kimberly Tripp.
Yeah,
Those are in the Barcelona ones, Catherine and Kimberly.
Oh yes, the ones that I would get to go to. You had Miriam,
At Mariam Scoble 2 days ago.
which was fun because
That was good.
Robert was there as well.
We also had Mary Sharp down talking about mentoring.
Okay.
Had all sorts of people, had all sorts of sponsors as well. So we've had Women in Technology, Microsoft, Stormhook Wines for a while.
Oh, that was fun. Lots of free wine.
Yeah. We had someone else, Locator, as well. So that's been our 4 sponsors so far.
Yeah, sponsorship is always
And
something
then
we
the
need.
current one is Cambridge Labs, isn't it?
Yes, Microsoft Research Cambridge Labs.
So, yeah,
Okay.
so we managed to get all that sorted out, and speakers and everything. So and we just hold it in random pubs across London once a month.
So they should check out what your blogs to see about signing. If you're a girl geek, where
Yeah,
you go on a girl.
LondonGirlGeekDinners.co.uk.
London girl.
They're the London ones, and then girlygeekdinner.blogspot.com for just the general girl geek dinners.
That's cool.
So that's pretty cool.
Very neat. What's that then?
That's a bit rude.
One second. Okay, guys, I'm really sorry to have to cut this short, but Mark just received a message. One of the servers has fallen over. You two going to be alright in here if we leave you alone with the camera?
I think so.
You're not going to beat me up.
You know,
on
you
camera,
can
are
just
won't beat you
keep
up.
on chatting. Is that going to be alright? Okay, really
Well,
sorry about
yeah,
that.
okay.
Okay, Mark, you need to disappear. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, we'll switch it off when we're done. Don't worry.
Don't worry. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Cool.
Microsoft
should
servers. I don't know. There's just
So 1 minute it's servers. Before that it was networking. I think we should go and
They're not
the camera.
technical enough. That's what the problem is.
I think we should look at the camera and go for a
Well,
walk and see what we can
What
do.
are we going to do? All right, fine. Are you going to ask people questions and I'll hold it because you have a better presenter face than I do.
I don't know actually. actually. I think I should be holding the camera and you should be talking.
All right.
Or maybe we'll just switch.
Yes,
We'll
because
have
if
a
I
play.
ask questions on my own, that's not going to be pretty.
Let's go and have some fun.
How do we get rid of this thing?
Oh,
Where's off?
where's pause?
You see, I'm not technical, and there we